Hello, everybody. It's Joe from the Strange Voyage Files. It is September 6, 2025, and I'm sure you could tell by the title of the video. I am doing Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction, and I am putting it under the Does It Suck category, which I'm sure I will be getting a decent amount of grief because of. This is an album that I did have on CD. When I sold my CD collection, it was sold, and I can guarantee this is one I will never buy again. Absolutely never ever buy again. I did do another video of bands everyone assumes that I like. This was definitely in it, and it's not one that I even remotely like. There are songs. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think there's songs from every band that people enjoy, but no. Well, let's take a look at this. Let's go through the Appetite for Destruction catalog, the track listing. I mean, and we'll see where everything stands. Now, I will say this. The biggest thing with me, yes, and it's probably something that a lot of people have an issue with when it comes to uh, this band is Axl. I don't like the guy. His voice is annoying. He's annoying. Everything about Axl I just cannot stand. He seems to have mellowed out over the past few years, and that's good. But I remember all the BS that he would pull when he was on tour. That there was that. When they were on tour with Metallica and James' arm got burnt really bad, and Axl threw his fit and there was a riot. There's the constant stories of him leaving shows early, after a few minutes and coming hours late. Sorry guys, something's in my eye. Just the attitude. And yeah, that doesn't say anything about the music, but I also don't think he's a good singer. I just don't. So, and he always fell into, and again, I don't dislike Led Zeppelin, but Robert Plant's voice is just not one of the not I don't hate it, but I don't love it. And people would say the same thing about Axl that they would say with Robert Plant, as far as why don't you like Ozzy? How can you not like Robert Plant? You like Axl. How do you not like Robert Plant? Well, kind of because they don't think they sound the same, but that is neither here nor there. So all right, let's get into this, and we'll start off right off the bat. Welcome to the Jungle. Now I am really with the singles. I am going back to what was this 88 that this album came out. 87. Okay, so I was close. And where I felt on that time, because yeah, some of these I am so sick of some of these songs, it's not even funny. Welcome to the Jungle is one of them, but I did like that song. I gave it a 3. It's a good song. It is definitely not up there with Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. That's a 5. It is not up there with Aces High. It is definitely not a 5 song for me. I don't think it's great. It's a good song. It's 3. It's so easy. And one of the other things that I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, especially when you get to the B side of this album. A lot of filler on this album. It's So Easy is one that I think starts the filler. It's a 2. It's catchy. It's it has a decent melody to it, but there's nothing special about that one. Absolutely not. Next one is the absolute best song off this album and an unbelievable song. Night Train is a 5. That song, it blew me away the first time I heard it. It is one of the few GNR songs that when Ozzy's Boneyard or Hair Nation or 80, whatever it may be, is playing, I will not only keep it on, I will usually restart it and blast it. Night Train is a 5. It is unbelievable. Out to Get Me is a 2. Again, it's another one that's, to me, kind of a filler. Not horrendous, but a filler. The next one is Mr. Brownstone. I will say I liked this one when I was younger a lot more than I do now. It is annoying to me. It's a 2. It is another 2. Next one is the one I always loved. In fact, I have the 45 of this one. It's Paradise City, and it's a 5. Loved Paradise City. Absolutely loved it. To this day, I will still listen to Paradise City. All right, now we flip the album over and we go to My Michelle. It's fast, it's funky, but it's absolute filler. It's a 2. Absolutely 2. The next one is Think About You, one that's almost never played, and I can see why. I didn't even remember this song until I just listened to this album right before making this video. A 1. This album would have been a halfway decent EP, but or a short album, like 6-7 song album. Think About You, absolute toss away. A 1. The next one, the most annoying song I've ever heard in my life. I hated this song from the second I heard it. I still hate this song. Everybody plays it. Everybody plays that riff. Everybody. Sweet Child O' Mine is garbage. Absolute. His voice is so annoying. The guitar is annoying. Everything about that stupid song is absolutely annoying. It is a 1. I've always despised that song. Next one is another one that's forgettable. I didn't remember anything about it. You're crazy. Total filler. 1. Next one, Anything Goes. Another one. Didn't remember anything about. Total filler. 1. The album does end on a strong note. Rocket Queen, I always liked too. That was a really good song. It's not a perfect song. It is absolutely not Night Train, but I will give that one a 4. And I did say Paradise City's a, let's see. Yeah, Paradise City's a 5. I think I said that. May not have, but Paradise City is a 5. Rocket Queen's a 4. Yeah, basically side 2 of this album is a bunch of 1s. It is just bunch of filler. I know a lot of you are going to disagree with me on that and probably go nuts. It is what it is. Now, again, that being said, the total them up, it's 2.4. I don't do decimals. We're on a 1 out of 5 rating scale. So, yeah, 2. 2, absolutely. Night Train saves this. Rocket Queen saves this. Paradise City saves it. And God, it's kind of generous with it, too. I think it would be more of a high 1. I'm surprised you got a 2.4. But no, I absolutely cannot stand this album. Now, I will say, I wasn't a big Velvet Revolver fan because they sounded too 90s and grungish and new metal or whatever it is for me. But I will say this. I like the solo stuff much more than I like Guns N' Roses. I was in Rolling Stones Records, Norwich, Illinois, plug it forever, when Duff's album Believe in Me came out, and they were playing it in the record store. They're playing it in Rolling Stones, and I don't know what I was there to get. I ended up buying that album. Like, what is it? This is awesome. This album is great. I actually should do a review of that album. I haven't listened to that album in forever. But that album is... I would take Believe in Me over this any day without question. A lot of Slash's stuff is good. Adler's Appetite. Now, I listened to Adler's Appetite a few times when that metal show was around, and Eddie, I Know Everybody in the Universe trunk would have Steven Adler, because I don't know if you guys know this, but he knows Steven Adler. Send him a message on his Facebook page or something. He'll probably tell you he knows Steven Adler. But Steven was always a good guy, and I always liked him, and I think he got, this Guns N' Roses reunion that's going on. He totally got screwed. He should be back in the band. Really, Steve breaks your heart because Steven is, man, he's such a good guy, and he just is. I hope he's sober. I hope he's still sober because, man, that guy has fought this demon for God knows how long. And, I'm 99% sure he had a stroke at some point. He's a good man. I hope I really hoped that he would be back. He would be part of this reunion. I don't know if they got Matt Sorum back. I couldn't stand him either. Thought Matt Sorum sucks. Don't like Dizzy Reed either. Um, and as far as the other, what's the other guy's name? Izzy Stradlin. Don't have an opinion one way or the other because he was, like the guy that was there for 2 seconds and never said a word. So, but Duff and Slash as musicians are phenomenal. As people, they are phenomenal. I like it's strange because, and I do like some of their work. I'm not going to say I like their whole solo catalog because it would be a lie, but I definitely would take anything they've done solo over Guns N' Roses, day or night, without even thinking about it. And Steven Adler, yeah. What I remember, what I heard of Adler's Appetite, it was good. I wasn't running out. I never bought an Adler's Appetite album, but I don't think I did. I may have. There had a lot of maybe I did. A lot of CDs. A lot of CDs I only played once or twice. A lot of CDs that I bought were how cool the album covers were and never listened to. I remember there's a band, which I'm sure a lot of you know, Bolt Thrower. And I remember seeing the cover and loving it. And I don't think I ever listened to that album. I don't know. I would take that over Appetite for Destruction. Really take pretty much anything. I mean, this album's just, no. So, does it suck? It absolutely, positively, unequivocally sucks. This album is terrible. Couple of good diamonds on there, and the rest is filler and garbage. So, all right, you guys can do your attack and tell me how crazy I am, and it's one of the best albums of all time, and Sweet Child Mine is the best riff of all time, and it's the best single of all time, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Don't care. Absolutely don't care. Not too many bands or albums where I'll say, I don't care what your opinion is. I don't care what your opinion is. This is just absolute garbage. Like I did the night songs for Cinderella. I don't get that album. The people that do, hey, God bless, man. I don't get them, and I don't get Cinderella. But this one's just no. I can't, no. This is so beyond that. All right, my friends. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I will see you next time.